On this episode, we are going to be going over the final refresher for the Arrowverse Crisis on Infinite Earths. We're going to be going over some of the people reported to be taking part, some of the people who are rumored to take part, who we truly hope, and we're going to go over the people who are definitely taking part. So stay tuned, because class is in session. Hello and welcome back to the Blerd PodTV. I'm your host, Anthony K. Savage, aka Voice, and today we are going to go over the last part of the refresher for the Arrowverse's Crisis on Infinite Earths and crossovers. Basically, in this episode, we're going to discover or go over what the speculations are, the confirmations, and then on the back end, a little bit of extra news, just as a little teaser for future episodes. First off, we're going to talk speculations. Now, some of the names that have been thrown around as far as one wanting to come back to the show would be Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor, who has voiced interest on wanting to come into the crossover for this major event, as well as it's been heard of, I can't say it's confirmed, same with Tom Welling, who previously before kind of shied away from the whole Clark Kent Superboy thing, but most recently, and from what I've seen him on, he was on the most recent season of Lucifer, which Lucifer is a Vertigo title, and Vertigo is owned by DC, or at least was owned by DC. I think they actually just closed that down. More on the whole DC and AT&T debacle in a later episode, as well as check out my previous episode where I talked about that. But again, more on that later. Matter of fact, while we're at it, before we go any further, what I want you guys to do is I want you to go and subscribe. You should see somewhere in the corner there a little button or something. Press that, subscribe, then go to the notification screen. When you go to the notification screen, hit all. That way, each and every single time I give you guys a video, you people will know when it is ready. And then you can watch it, you can share it, you can put stars, hit the like, and all that lovely stuff. But anyway, let's continue. Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, they come into the show. And here's the thing about Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, you may be saying, okay, well, how many Supermans do we need to have? Well, we can have all the Supermans we want, okay? That's how this works. I can have all the Supermans I want. I can have all the... We'll get to that in a moment. Another person who is speculated to possibly be a part of it. And here's the thing. This is just a rumor. I haven't looked that much, and I'm sticking with what I heard, but it makes sense to me. One possible person who will make an appearance, and should make an appearance in my personal opinion, is the Joker. And not just any Joker, Mark Hamill's Joker. I know that was a bad Joker impression, whatever. He does a great Joker impression. He is the Joker. Much like another person I'll be mentioning later, he has played the Joker the most and the best. And here's the thing. He's already been in some of the Flash CW episodes, playing, I believe he played the Trickster, which I believe one way he got the Trickster in the original Flash series in the 90s is he kind of did a version of the Joker, so to speak, with some differences. But obviously, he can play the Joker, and he's freaking Luke Skywalker, so it's not like he can't act. So I'm hoping they make this reality because he's appeared on the show at least twice. Actually, might have even appeared on Supergirl. That I can't confirm, but I know he's been in the CW verse more than once. And that alone, why not? They have them, use them. We all want it. So those were the speculations. And now we're going to get to some of the confirmed news that we have on the Crisis on Infinite Earths. One of the first things that everybody found out that was following it, Brandon Routh, will be, as far as I can tell, I haven't seen anything says he won't, will be the Kingdom Come Superman. At Comic-Con, he opened up his shirt and revealed the Kingdom Come Superman S symbol on his chest, you know, the hope that we all have. And he, if you don't know, previously played Superman, Superman Returns, which I think is an underrated movie. I mean, it has its faults, but his portrayal of the Superman from my childhood, the Christopher Reeve Superman, I mean, that's, when I saw that, that's who I saw, which was my Superman. That was Superman. So it should be good to see him in that role itself. But along with that role, also we have confirmed, which in my opinion is the best news, there's going to be a Bruce Wayne. And not just any Bruce Wayne, but arguably the Bruce Wayne and the Batman. I am referring to the Batman, Kevin Conroy, who has done the voice of Batman probably over 20 years. He's done it the most, much like Mark Hamill. He's done it the most out of anybody between the Batman animated series, Justice League, the video games, and any other incarnation to animated movies and other things where he's Batman. He's everybody's Batman. When we read Batman, the voice we hear in our head is Kevin Conroy. So he's going to be Bruce Wayne. Now, what that'll entail and what that could mean and what that could happen because of that, that's even bigger, because he's going to be an older Bruce Wayne. Will he be Batman? Will he not be able to be Batman? If he's not able to be Batman, is it because there's a young man known as Terry McGinnis who, spoilers, as Batman Beyond, which, here's the thing, there's something about a possible spinoff, which before I said could be Superman, but there are talks that maybe it might be a Batman Beyond thing. It would be a smart choice. But AT&T owns Disney right now. Sorry, not Disney. AT&T owns DC right now. So smart choices, not necessarily the things that are gonna happen. Anyway, those are the names that have been confirmed. Oh, and I can't forget another name that not necessarily has been confirmed, but another show that's already in, technically, the Arrowverse, but has never been connected, will not be connected. I'm talking about Black Lightning, one of the first and few representations that we really had in mainstream. Obviously, we have to put black in front of most things, but that's neither here nor there. Black Panther, I'm talking to you. Anyway, Black Lightning, been in CW. I think this will be its third season, possibly fourth, but I'm pretty sure it's the third. Up until now, they've been separate from everything else in the world, which when you have a show like The Flash, which they constantly reference things that happen in the Arrow and vice versa, and even occasionally Supergirl, in this universe, he was already a superhero and then put up his uniform and became a principal and this and that. And things happen. I don't really watch the show that much. I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 episodes, if that. I'm not saying it's bad, just haven't gotten into it. That's just me. Anyway, I'm assuming it's going to be being Crisis on Infinite Earths, it's going to be a multiple dimension thing. And the thing about Crisis on Infinite Earths, which you have to remember, is that at the end of Crisis, all these different universes, which I believe I may have mentioned in the first video, all these different universes and Earths, at the end of the Crisis, are put together and become one Earth. Which I'm not sure how that'll work with Flash, because they work a lot with different Earths. But I don't know. I'm assuming it should all work under that same theory, so to speak. Black Lightning will make its first appearance in the crossover and this connected universe, which hopefully will bring them all together. And I don't want to say lend legitimately to its show, but I want my comic universes to all be together. So legitimately it should be connected. Legitimately, all these people have powers and are superheroes. They should at least be referring to each other in some way, shape, or form. Why? Because in this world, that is what happens. Currently, we only have people who are kind of like dressed as superheroes. There's that Phoenix dude, which, hey, I'm mentioning him. Why? Because he exists. Same way, if I had superpowers, I'd mention that other person who runs really fast, or maybe that other guy who uses lightning. But that's just me. He's going to be making an appearance. I don't believe the whole show will be a full crossover, but the main character will be on the show. And they're gonna use him. They can't not use him, just for the main fact if you don't use him, that's not really good PR. Just the same way as not having them there altogether would be bad PR. More than likely, it'll be a situation where something happens where he makes some lightning, Barry uses it, or he helps Barry come back to life and recharge with his lightning, or they work together where he runs and then he uses his lightning, or lightning works. There'll be something with lightning, I guarantee you, because he's Black Lightning, but with Barry specifically. So expect to see them in this crossover, which, again, this is just the current news that I have coming out about it. Finally, a little bit of extra news, which I may or may not do more on it, and the reason why I may not do more on it will come once I say what I have to say. Black Panther will have, possibly, and you heard talks of it at the end of, or in the beginning of Endgame, some disturbance under the sea next to Wakanda. I'm talking about Namor. The Submariner will be possibly the new villain in the Black Panther or future Fantastic Four movie. But before we get to the Fantastic Four, we'll probably get to Namor. And here's the beauty of it. Excuse me. Namor officially already was, and now can be once again, rightfully so, Marvel's first mutant. And if you've seen, Kevin Feige always refers to anybody mentioning about the X-Men, he just refers to them as the mutants. We'll meet the mutants. Let's talk more about the mutants. So, the first mutant makes an appearance. There you go. So that's most likely to happen. As far as past that, if you want to know more, let me know. Otherwise, I don't care that much about it. And there was a way more vulgar way I said this when I talked to my friend Scumbag Johnny about it, or Johnny Draper. But I'm trying to keep this PG, possibly monetize it one day, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this has been the final installment, because that's all the news. There's that, and there's nothing else, and maybe I'll talk about some other stuff later, but you have to stay tuned. So again, you know what to do. Subscription, notification. Anyway, for the Broke Blerd Pod TV, I've been your host, Anthony K. Savage, aka Voice. Remember, don't say you can't do it. Ask yourself,